Cool. What's up, everybody? It's BallietBran. Hope everyone and trust everyone's having a wonderful Sunday, day, night, or afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. So we got the weekly live stream. I know we didn't stream last week, and I hope that the audio is okay, everything's okay, because thanks to Crypto7, his recommendation was that I move this mic to my right side and not my left side. So just want to make sure everything in the audio is going good there. But didn't stream last week because Richard Hart had a video around the same time that I normally stream. So just took a break for 1 week. So today we've got a lot of stuff to catch up on, right? We've got a fitness challenge that the Hexicans are doing to, better each other. Good on audio. Thank you, Hexdeck. Nice to see you, bro. So we got a fitness challenge. We got the Maximus DAO. Let's see. PVM Crypto is saying, guys, turn on Fox. JJ Yaley is now 17th place due to a massive wreck. National TV attention for Hex.com. That is, Hexicans are always doing something great. And yeah, I think that was the third NASCAR race. So anyways, let's say hi to the chat in just a few minutes. Let me just do the intro. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to cover today. So anyways, let's get into it.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Yeah. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Motherfucking jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch!
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran. It's fabulous.
Cool. Yeah, so great to see everyone. Let's get straight into the chat. So once again, we got PVM Crypto, Red Squirrel, oi, evening Bran, evening to you as well. Hexographer, good afternoon, fam. Nice to see you, my friend. Hopperman99. Yeah, Hexdeck 16. This is going to be something that I want to cover. Once again, it's something that benefits Hexicans. It is something that is audited, something that works with the Hex contract itself to do a max length stake. And it's awesome to see, right? Because you've got the bonuses itself, the longer pays better, and then you've got the bigger pays better bonus itself that's going to be completed because now they've got 151 million. So that's super exciting. We'll get to that after the gym challenge and things like that. I kind of got a couple things that I want to do in order just because that's how we're going to do it today. My online ghost says, what's going on, people? Doing great. Ryan Goins, Maxi is killing it. We have a CB let's go. We got Arthur Walsh. This is the cool thing about the Hexicans. Not only do we've got people everywhere, but we've got, the besticans as well. So Arthur Walsh says, good day, mate, from Brisbane, Australia. Crypto Ewoks up, fam. How's it going, bro? Hopperman99 says, everyone race winning mine to JJ. Yeah, it's really cool because I know I've talked about this premise and this concept before, but yeah, Hex is kind of being, sorry about that. Hex is kind of being ran like a company, but it's not Richard that's doing everything per se. It's the unity of the community that decides, hey, we're going to sponsor this. Hey, we're going to do this and that. So it's awesome to see that. And yeah, I mean, like Richard says, with the UK, the London bus ads, things like that, you've got things that are, just good photos and good press and good coverage in general. Okay, let's Jenny Wren says, good morning from Newcastle down under. Nice to see you. That dodgy Hexican, how's it going? Good morning from New Zealand. Cool. Let's see. So this person, 6, starting with 6, ending with J, says, who's ready to swap some Pulse for PulseX and Hex? Let's go. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because I know the testnet itself is only so indicative of what the actual mainnet's going to be, because obviously people's behaviors are much more different. You're going to have a lot more mass with the actual, utility of the airdrop and people not just waiting for testnet to kind of start things. So yeah, honestly, my plan is going to be that, we'll keep the comment up here for a second so I can cover it. So my plan honestly is just going to be to like sit on my thumb probably for, I don't know, maybe like 48, 72 hours and kind of just see what the market's deciding, what it's doing. There's going to be a whole bunch of interesting things to think about, right? I know people like Big K have talked about this on Kavana Crypto's channel of the pre-bridge swapping and ratio trading and things like that. So there's a whole bunch of factors that that go into that. Hector the Protector 22, what's good, everyone? Wheezy Bird, that's a cool name. Maxi has hit 150 million. Yep. We'll get to that in just a second here. Hex Metal Barbie, that's a cool name. Hello from Texas. Hey fam. We got a lot of Hexicans. Hey, and there's a new name that I've never even considered, but I love it, right? Mexican, Cuatro Cinco. Frank says, is there a token yet for Maxi? If so, what is it? Yeah, I think it's just called Maxi. We'll get into that in just a few minutes. So yeah, I'll definitely come back to your question. Ross Hex in the house. Yeah, that guy, he's a great guy. I like to read his comments, and one of the people on YouTube that I follow says, like, never trust someone that doesn't have a sense of humor. And so I absolutely love his sense of humor, and really cool. Hexillionaire, what's up, Hex family? Thank you for all your hard work, BallietBran. Yeah, and that's the cool thing. That's the nice thing about this not being a company, right? But it's got so many similarities per se, where it's not just one person doing all the work, things like that. Obviously, Richard's the founder of Hex, and spearheading and leading the charge, I guess, of say PulseChain and PulseX and things. But the community itself really unifies within itself. And it's like it's a team, and we talk about analogies because that's what people can most relate to. And one of these analogies is going to relate, and it's like a chain link that's just super duper strong. So I love it. Hexiest man in the world. Yeah, and I got to meet this guy in Las Vegas too, most recently. So really good guy. Only chit chatted for a couple minutes, so definitely next time we meet, plan to chit chat with you for a lot more. We'll get to the super chat in a second. I'm kind of just going in order. Frank, I do remember you, and it was good chit chatting with you as well in the conference room at the Vegas. Just registered for PulseCon 2022 in Vegas, September 6th through 9th. Awesome. I'll definitely be there. Looking forward to it. And the interesting thing, well, not interesting, but the cool thing and the interesting thing about freedomtv.info doing this conference is you have so much time ahead to plan. And so I absolutely love that. People can kind of set time aside for their schedules, talk to their boss and get that time requested off. So once again, bring in a couple of brothers of mine and a friend, and it's really cool for them to meet the Hexicans in person as well. I think that's a big, important deal. It's Marianne. Thank you, Richard Hart. Happy Sunday, fam. I'm so excited for PulseChain. Yeah, you can feel it in the air. And a whole bunch of people have been hitting me up lately. One of them is in the chat, and they hear about the excitement, and that's not something that you can fake or do in any other way compared to say like grassroots adoption, things like that, organic movement. So it's awesome to see the excitement, right? It's really cool that this is really just the beginning. And once again, I'll say this again, and I'll say it a million more times because it's super important. RG3 mentions that, In the future, you had the first Hex conference, and then you had the second, and this will be the third, one of the largest ones. 3,000 people, 3,000 tickets. But that's exponential, and so it's really cool to see that scale. And I've been in some of the stadiums in Seattle and the football one and the Climate Pledge, and it'll be really cool to be selling out hundreds of thousands and just really educating people that want sovereignty, that want freedom, that want to grow their wealth. Hexican, Hexicans, Hexiest man in the world. Shout out to my man Bran as always. Will you sub to Network EHEX PHEX on YouTube? Would love to have you on, brother. Got to meet Bran in Vegas. I will. I definitely will. I'll be going back later in my stream to read all the comments, and I'll definitely go check that out. Just not during the live stream because I don't want to lose focus. Sculpting in ZBrush says, "Sup, Bran? Can't wait for Pulse, my dude. We're so freaking close." It's so true. Yeah, and once again, this isn't just for PulseChain itself. The thing that I love about it so much is, sure, Bitcoin was pretty much given away for free, right, for people that double clicked an EXE in the very beginning, and then Hex was given for free to Bitcoin holders. And even today at the Hex price of today, $500 million, so $500 million was free claimed with all of the Bitcoin that was free claimed during the 351-day initial launch phase. So I think that that's really cool. Let's see. So my point in saying that, I got distracted by a comment. Let me just pull it down for a second. So my point in saying that was that, so we saw what Hex did with the, pretty much the airdrop or the free claim, say, to Bitcoiners. But with the Ethereum ecosystem, it's just so much bigger, in my opinion, than, say, the Bitcoin ecosystem, because you can build on top of it, right? And it's got just a whole bunch more utility. And so how many people with their NFTs or with whatever else, right, that's going to get copied over with the system state are going to be hearing about this for the first time? And that kind of just leads into the next rendition of things, right? The Hex, the PulseX, things like this. And it really is just the beginning. Pronounced network effects. Awesome. By PulseX says, May 18th is my launch prediction. Yeah, I know so I done a stream yesterday with Jim Rat Crypto and Sam Stolt. And yeah, that's what Richard Hart's developers have said, where they predict with the actual sacrifice totals that they've been doing this whole time, that yeah, they kind of predict mid-May. So that's a really cool prediction. And once again, a lot of people, they can feel it in the air, and it's getting really close. I'm going to use that now. Let's see. And then we'll get into the share screen, and we'll kind of get into some of the stuff. Once again, if people do have any questions, Tanner, I know you're in the chat. Maybe in the chat. I know you're at least listening. If you have any questions, you can ask them here as well. Let's see. Hexiest man in the world says, but spelled network E/PHEX. Clever, right? Bran, you're a real one, bro. Awesome. Yeah, super clever. Love the name. And that's the really cool thing about this community itself is, once again, you can have people that look at you in the eye, that tell you one thing and that do another. But with the actual Hexican community itself, I've never met more people that were who they said they were. They were authentic and they were legitimate. And I think a lot of that attributes to the founder, right, is Richard Hart and kind of his ideals, and how a lot of the stuff kind of, spread from there. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the screen share itself. So once again, what is the title of the stream? It's Crypto Fitness, Maxi Hex contract nearing 150 million, which is the Max Link's, the bigger pays better stake, and more. So I've actually got a lot to cover. So let's get into it right now. Let's add the share screen over here. So this is cryptofitnesschallenge.com. Let me actually put this in the, one second there. Let me put that in the StreamYard for y'all to see. So this is a challenge that, and it's not even like a challenge per se, like sure there is some competition and stuff, but it's more of like wanting, a betterment for the community, and someone like Jim Rat Crypto and Sam Stolt taking what they're good at and saying, hey, how can I help with the community? How can we make this community even more badass and even more stronger of a chain link, right? As if it couldn't get strong enough. So it's just the beginning, right? It's just going to keep getting reinforced and reinforced. But so anyways, this is like a 90-day challenge. It says Crypto Fitness Challenge. There's actually some really cool things that you can win, right? So there's going to be like 3 winners. And so I was on their stream yesterday. Today they announced a lot more with the website itself and kind of just went over everything. But yeah, for people that want to improve their health, I mean, it's optional and things like that. But you can definitely participate. And for me, once again, things in life are so much easier when I'm not the only one doing something. I think that's why people have groups and communities and things like that they get behind. So once again, Crypto Fitness Challenge. Yeah, cryptofitnesschallenge.com. And so even today, Motley, he had said, I think it was, so there was like an initial donation of 10,000 hex for one of the winners. I don't know if it was first, second, or third place. And then Motley said he would, throw in 90K hex. So that's like a total of 100,000 hex, similar to the giveaway that Crypto Stylist did. And speaking of that, she did have a stream with, I believe it was the winner. And so definitely go check that out. Once again, what other community is doing so much for the betterment of the cause and just to get people educated financially and financially illiterate. So yeah, let's come back over here. Whoops. 1 second here. Let's come back over to 1 second there. There we go. And then we'll hide the comment for right now. We'll get back to the comments in a second. So once again, it's a 90-day fitness challenge, and you can check out so Stam and then Gymrat Crypto, and then you pretty much have, once again, so some prizes. There's a crypto prize pool. They updated the amount to what was, committed to, I guess, on the stream today, which is 100,000 hex and some of these other things. So definitely check that out. Let's get into the next thing. Let me just pull down the screen for 1 second, and let me make sure I'm logged in on the MetaMask account and log in on the MetaMask account, and we're going to check out the go.maximus.cash, and we're going to go over some of those things. So let's see here. Yeah, it's all good, Ross. It's all good. So once again, we'll get to the comments in just a second. We're just we're loading up the Maximus front end, I guess. So let me scroll over here to the comments and just see. So yeah, once again, May 18th launch prediction. Gotta love that. Hexen's nickname. Gotta love it. What else we got? Hey, we got Nardo in the house. Yeah, I know Nardo was listening to some of the Gymrat crypto streams and saying that he's been getting back into some of the gyms, some of the fasting and things like that. So not only do we have a community full of people that are, some of the wealthiest people in the world and what to be in the future, some of the most like powerful people in the world, right? Not only from connections, but from that wealth as well, that wealth creation and generation. But, then you've also got so many other skills and facets, I guess, that Hexicans just really excel at and that they can teach new people with and things like that. So let me come back over here to the share screen. We're going to stop, and then we're going to reload it over here to the Maximus. So I'll explain that in just a second, actually. If people do have questions on it, you still can participate. I would definitely recommend the stream that I did with Gold Key, and we'll remove the comment for now. With Gold Key, who him and Tonto Nomanai, they're both the creators of Maximus. So let's just come over here, and this is what Hextech was saying. It's nearly at 152 million now, which is absolutely crazy because if you understand the premise of what this is doing, it's pretty much going to be taking, when the actual time goes down, I think it's got like 6 more days, something like that. But it's taking all of this hex and it's locking it up for Quattro Cinco, 5,555 days. That's over 15.2 years. And so what this is allowing is, and it's double audited. It's literally just, it's Richard had said it's kind of like an encapsulated stake, I guess. But the way that it works is it's pretty much a smart contract with no admin keys, anything like that, right? Nothing that could be hacked or maliciously, taken advantage of, I guess. And it just interacts with the hex staking mechanism, and it's going to max out the shares and it's going to max out that max length stake bonus. So that's really going to allow people of the pool itself, like the trustless pool, right, to really prosper and get a lot more gains than they would if they had just done it solo. So definitely something to look into. Maybe I can go over here and to the share screen again, because that's all we really needed to share. Actually, yeah, let's come back 1 second here. Let's just go over the shares real quick, because that's I think it should say the shares. Oh yeah, so based on right now how much Maxi's been minted via Hex going into the smart contract, they've got 21,994 T shares, trillion shares. So that's just economic mass. That's just, once again, it's going to be off the market for that long of a time. And that was Hex that was currently liquid. And so how cool is that? Okay, yeah, let's go back over to the share screen once again. And we're going to, we're just going to share the Maximus DAO Twitter account as well. So let me just scroll down here. Once again, it's sharing the screen. Maximus.cash once again. And then just over 40 minutes ago, they surpassed 150 million. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And we'll get into the next set of things. Give me just a minute. And let me just recognize the chat and see what else we got here. By the way, someone gave me a discount code for hexmerch.com. We'll get into that in just a second too, after we cover the comments. But it's really cool because not only do they have shirts like this, which is, just PULSECHAIN, things like that, but they got cool wares. So I got some scarves and stuff, even though I'm not a scarf guy, and some pillows. And I tell you what, the quality is really good, and just really cool stuff. So I got a 10% discount code if you use like BranHammer10, and I don't even know what they're giving me for it. I don't think anything. I think it's just a discount code that I can use, which saved me actually a little bit of money the other day when I placed another order. So I also got some shoes on the way and things like that are coming in. This is one of the hats that they actually sell, and so instead of just what was before just Hex, now we've got the network itself that Hex is going to be ported over to, right, with that copy of the system state, which is PULSECHAIN right here. Sorry about that. Let's get this, and then we've got PulseX itself. So that's a pretty cool hat right there. Okay, so let's get into a Hexiest man in the world. So he says, Maxi is amazing. Let's see. My new 3-month-old little boy just staked roughly 15K Hex through minting 15K Maxi, and will have college paid off by the time he needs it. That's so cool. And I tell you what, man, there's not a greater feeling in this world for me than paying something forward, or I guess if you want to use analogies, teaching people how to fish, and people being able to be self-sufficient and self-sustainable versus relying on other things or governments and such. So good for you, man. That's awesome. It's really cool. Sculpting in Zebra says, if mid-May ends up not being pushed, that only gives a few weeks for everyone to get their affairs in order. Yeah, that's always a good term, right? Yeah, it's one of those things. So once again, one of my friends, he had called me last night and he's like, Bran, I hear you talking about Hex, PULSECHAIN, and PulseX. I want to get into it, right? I've already got some other investments. So good for him. But yeah, he's going to be able to, because he's going to have possession of his seed phrase, his keys, etc. It's not going to be on exchange. He's going to qualify for that duplicate and that copy. So, 2 for the price of 1, and there's no risk in anything. It's just a system state copied over. Your same seed phrase that works with the Ethereum network will work for the PulseChain network too. That's really cool. And that's a big deal. The largest airdrop that the world's ever seen. Hexillionaire says, I barely made the Pulse LN sacrifice yesterday. Pulse LN? Crypto Summer says, I love Gerardo's last tweet about Hex and Bitcoin. Well, I am still sharing the screen in the tab. Let me see. You said last tweet. Okay, yeah, let's pull it up and see Oh yeah. Okay, let's get into it. Let's 1 second here. Add to the screen. So Crypto Summer, thank you for the reminder and kind of just the comment, because once again, I always love engaging and interacting with the chat, because sometimes it can lead you down a path that you didn't expect, and this is definitely one of them that actually coincided with what I was doing yesterday with Jim Rat Crypto and Sam Stolt. That hex.com/Bitcoin, we can maybe look in that a little bit later, but there's so many similarities, and when you see that Bitcoin did 6.9 million times return from a penny to $69,000. It's really exciting for what Hex can do. So let's look at it. So Gerardo says Hex has been mirroring Bitcoin for years, and we're just going to look at this first one, which is the Bitcoin chart. So you can kind of see it's the just from the beginning right to where it's at currently. That's the Bitcoin chart, and you can kind of see a pattern there. And then we've got kind of like a similar fractal with the Hex chart, the way that it's curving up. And I mean, it really is programmable money, right? And so it's cool that Richard says we're going into a world now, and we live in a world now currently where you can trust mathematics and not trust governments or central banks or man and women, with the control and with the power and things like that. So this is definitely really cool, and yeah, it looks like it's definitely due for a pumperoni. All right, cool. So yeah, thank you for that. Axis saying free alpha over here. All right, so we're just gonna pop it down again and see if there's anything else. Okay, cool. Just reading some comments. Earthling _ says, you're the best brand. Hey, awesome. Y'all are the best too. Yeah, Hexillionaire says almost 152 million in the almost 152 million hex in the Maxi contract now. HexDeck16 says wealth, wisdom, and weight training. Yeah, how cool is that? I mean, your health really is your wealth, and once again, I mean, you see some of the not richest people in the world, but you see some of these like like Jabba the Hutt looking, really overweight, and obviously I'm getting back into it too, so I'm not one of those in the future, but yeah, I mean, what is all of the wealth in the world if you don't have your health, and you have ramifications that that kind of prevents you from enjoying life to the fullest. So yeah, HexDeck16, good to see you, bro. And we also got like a lot of Hexicans. So we got HexDeck16, Monica Mofit Meals. We've got obviously Jim Rat Crypto and Sam Stolt, but really like health centric. Oh, same thing with SJ Reed Scivive. We'll cover her channel in just a minute too, because once again, she did the full audiobook conversion, which is really cool. But got a lot of health centric people, and we got pretty much a streamer or a channel in subsections for pretty much every type of person. So people are bound to come in through one avenue or the other. Thoshchild says, hey, yay, what's up, bro? Nice to see you. I know once again he was on SJ's channel just recently. They ended their stream like 45 minutes ago. And the more that I hear from Thoshchild, and I've chit-chatted with him on the phone a handful of times, but that guy is smart as heck. And like SJ, she mentioned that when she was reading the Sci-Fi book, that there's a lot of words that Richard uses or Richard has in that book that she wasn't aware of. And I tell you what, I love listening to people that are smarter than me. I love being proved wrong about, opinions or thoughts, things like that, because then it just helps you improve and grow. Learning is fun once again. So yeah, Thoshchild, he's always dropping words and stuff that I got to look up in the dictionary. And how cool is that? Smart Hexicans, healthy Hexicans, and very, very, very wealthy Hexicans. Ross, 1 second here. Let's get some water. Okay, yeah, Ross. He's always got something good to say. I love it, man. He says, let's see. This app has experienced an error. We cannot compete with Bran's personal Cuatro Cinco stakes. I love it, dude. I love it. And that's just from what you guys know. Exactly. Lost Child says, Hexicans be popping, stream to stream. How you doing, my brother? Thanks for awesome support today on SJ's stream. Yeah, totally. Thank you for the knowledge. And once again, I felt this way with my brothers. We're like, oh, these people are cool, community, camaraderie, things like that. And then when I got into the Hex community, right, when Richard had talked about making Hex, he had a Telegram channel before Hex was created. It was like, oh, this is my tribe. This is my group of people. These people are super knowledgeable. They've got a whole bunch of experience and successful previous, businesses as well. Marion says, hit the likes. Yeah, and it should get a 4 times multiplier on Hedron. I think, yeah, that's cool. And once again, this is long-term thinking. This is long-term investing. Things like Maxi, the value proposition for Hex, right? Monetizing that time value of money. Richard talks about people. He had talked about this a long time ago, which was that some people think that, I'm not going to live the next 10 years, and I'll be dead by then. And then what if it's the opposite where you're not? And so people that maybe like you could have even Hail Married even those longer amount of stakes, those longer time length stakes, you can even Hail Mary, I don't know, whatever amount, nominal amount, it can really make a huge difference. And how much would you be thanking yourself in the future if and when kind of Hex does the same 6.9 million X that Bitcoin did, that, hey, you threw a couple shekels there. Completion. I should probably not do my elbow because it blocks it. So I'll drop the bow in a good way. Completion Vale says, sweet hat. Yeah, it's awesome, bro. It's awesome. Hey, what's up, Larry? Larry Ballsack. Gotta love it. Says, believe in your gifts. Don't lose sight of your love. Awesome, dude. I really appreciate it. And yeah, man. Crypto King. Boom. What's up, Hexicans? Yeah, I think, didn't you seal the deal for another, what was it? Why am I blanking on the name right now? Creature from Jackal Island. Blanking on the guy's name right now. But you know what? Let's use the internet. That's what we have it for. Let's see. Let's see. Who is it? God damn it. Oh, yeah. I knew it was G. Okay, so G. Edward Griffin. That's right. Sometimes on live stream, that's why you don't do math and things like that. Thanks for showing Gerardo's tweets. If we follow this line, Hex will reach $23 or something like that. Yeah, it's true. And the thing is, too, is if you go, maybe we can do it just since we're already on the share screen. Let's do, we'll kind of just compare that same thing. Once again, let's go over. Okay, cool. Let's share the screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Crypto Summer, once again, thank you for pointing that out. Okay, so for those that don't know, Gerardo, he had added, these were the charts themselves that were on his VIP service and subscription thing. And then he had actually dropped that, and he had, pretty much as a service for free 99, right? Look into hex.com/ROI. Sorry about that. Had to drink some water. So look into hex.com/ROI compares a whole bunch of different cryptos. Before it was just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Hex. And so once again, you can kind of see Hex's projection from all of those. But whatever people's favorite coins are, things like that, you can just see that the trajectory that we're currently on. And I think it's going to get like the snowball rolling downhill, just more and more momentum. But the projection that we're currently on is, yeah, definitely scheduled to hit that 6.9 million X. It's programmed to do that. And I think it's going to happen a lot quicker than Bitcoin had done. Okay, drop the bow. Loki Hex says, which community/fan base do you think Richard Hart should speak to? That's a good question. Maybe some of the peeps in the chat can kind of give me some input and some ideas. Lost Child, you are a beautiful dude, B. You raise us up. Hell yeah. Yeah, in Crypto Heartbeat, we'll get into Crypto Wonder podcast in a second. Crypto Heartbeat, he talks about this, right? Where he had mentioned, and I love listening to his streams, but but he mentions like lifting people up, like, right, lifting people up and not tearing people down. Once again, it's never fun to be torn down, or the negativity in the world. Sometimes there's already enough of that the people that do lift others up and that can see lightness within, they can see the good within some of the other stuff. It's really cool, and it's really needed. The Crypto Wonder podcast says, Brand Demand, awesome to see you, bro. Hope all is good. And once again, I think the Hex community really does have the most amount of streamers. I mean, you look at Crypto Wonder podcast, he's got amazing content, amazing videos, and good raps too. We got a whole bunch of musicians. But say compared to the, like, even just the altcoiners, I guess, in general, the the Bitcoiners, things like that, it just seems that the Hexican community, that it's almost to that point now. I mean, it is to that point now where I didn't even hear about this new channel and that new channel and etc. And it's only, once again, going to get more exponential. This is just the beginning. I mean, imagine when PULSECHAIN comes out, it's going to be a damn rocket ship, and that spring, that coiled spring that finally does, release, and it does so with a whole bunch of pent up energy. Yeah, thank you, Crypto King. G. Edward Griffin. Sometimes when you got a million things in the head, it's G. Edward Griffin. Been following that guy a long time. Creature from Jackal Island is a really good book. King was gonna drop it like a hot tater. That's hilarious. Oh yeah. I followed Adam Kokesh, a long time ago. He says, also, Adam Kokesh, former presidential candidate, locked for May 16th and working on Sal the Algorist. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know Richard had done a stream with Sal. And once again, it's cool to connect communities that are similar. They might not be exactly the same. Nothing in this world is really exactly the same congruently per se, but you've got a lot of similarities, and man, ain't it better to focus on what we have in similar and in common than what we have in different, because it's just a lot more powerful. So that's awesome. E. Anderson, Hedron will be a beast. Great entry point at current prices. Go Hex. Yeah, I mean, lots of utility within the community itself, and once again, people taking what's already existing with Richard Hart's current product, right? PulseChain's not out yet, things like that, and they're making things that are better on top of it, and they're coming up with really good things that, once again, Richard can't build everything, even though he wants to, and he's doing a kick-ass job with it, right? But it's really cool to see people in the community that have similar ideals and inspiration, and they end up doing it themselves. So I did mention when Thashchild was in here that he had done a stream with SJ. Let's pull this up real quick here. Let me pull up her channel because let's see, there it is. Because once again, with my 5,000 something subscribers, maybe there's some people that aren't subbed to SJ. So let's do one of these things, and we'll pull down the comment for just a second. So yeah, a wild SJ, and she's a great person. Met her in Vegas most recently, and she took the time out of her day to, out of many days, I would assume. I mean, that's a lot of reading, to read the whole book of Sci-Vive, and that's Richard's self-help book. And she's also going to do the Fix the World book, which actually I've got it on the ottoman over here, but I've got that printed out. And once again, Richard is full of knowledge, facts, and wisdom. So absolutely love it. But once again, the community itself, that they see something that's missing or something that they wish that they could utilize, and instead of complaining why it's not done or waiting for someone else to do it, she stepped up to the damn plate and she said, "Hey, I'm going to do this." She narrated it herself, and once again, it's super nice. Like in today's day and age, I love to multitask, listen to audiobooks, things like that, and this is just another thing that you can do while you're being productive, while you're working out, things like that, and knock out two birds with one stone, as the analogy goes. Yeah, so shout out to her. Davin050 says, "I'm sick of Ethereum. Such a waste of money." Yeah, so gotta crack the back. So the person that I was talking to today, saying, hey man, he's like, how do I get started? So, set him up with the exchange, obviously that he had set up for himself, and then was telling him, hey, you're going to onboard from fiat to crypto, but you're going to have to onboard to Ethereum, and then we're going to swap it over to Hex, and he's going to take possession. He's already got the MetaMask account, and the cool thing about setting someone up and about going through the ropes and things like that is when, if here's what I'll say to people. If you're going to take the time to onboard someone, don't do it half-ass, right? If you're actually going to take that time, because you don't have to say yes. I could have just ignored the call. I could have just not responded, right? But if you're going to make sure that they're doing it properly, right? We've got a whole bunch of security information and knowledge and tips out there where people, aren't supposed to share their seed phrase, right? My buddy last night had called me. He's like, yeah, I set up the MetaMask. And once again, not saying any names or anything, I'm not doxing him, but he's like, yeah, I screenshotted the seed phrase. And I was like, delete Chrome and delete the extension, reinstall it, and we're going to do it again. Except this time we're going to do it the right way. And so once again, educating people, right? That's the greatest thing that we can do. Don't forget to smash the likes, people. Oh, good people. Gotta love it, dude. David050 says, PulseChain needs a good meme coin to get more plebs into the PulseChain ecosystem. Yeah, I mean, hey, as far as, getting people into the ecosystem, I mean, I think everyone kind of getting a duplicate. I mean, yeah, I know what you mean. I also think that, everyone getting that duplicate, that copy, things like that. Richard, what's a copy mean? On the PulseChain is just going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be a whole bunch of, as Richard says, 1,000 flowers bloom at once, or like that snowball going down the hill analogy is just going to go from, let's see, like this. Okay, cool. So it's going to go from like the top of the hill right here, and it's just going to fall off a cliff in a good way, where instead of rolling all the way down and gaining this huge mass, it just falls off the cliff a couple hundred feet, and now it's already like down here, and it's this big. The momentum itself is just going to be absolutely awesome, and that's really going to be our virality moment. And same thing too, right? Myself and Crypto7, we've done a whole bunch of streams together. Did an interview on his channel most recently, and I always love streaming with that guy. But we were talking about that. Not only is PulseChain going to get people in that didn't hear about Richard Hart before, because now they've got a duplicate. But also there's people that have been waiting on the side that didn't want to sacrifice because, sacrifice, no expectations, etc. That will be there on day one, and that are ready and have been waiting to buy once it comes out. So a lot of economic input and mass is going to go into it. Oh yeah, so I haven't read this comment yet. Okay, so Roof Dog says, thanks for always being upbeat, bro, and always sharing your knowledge with us. The Hex community has been so nice to me since I've discovered Hex in November. So yeah, about 5 months. That's awesome, man. Welcome. And tell you what, man, get in where you fit in type deal. It's super cool to have people that are welcoming, that once again, people of all different backgrounds, ages, and experiences that can help educate, right? That's, once again, the most important thing that we can do, because a lot of us, like myself, I've learned from getting wrecked in the past or from being in crypto for over 5 years. And how cool is that to educate the next people? Nice bag, BallietBran. Yeah, this one's the pillow. And once again, damn good quality, right? It's not just on one side. I got also another order on the way once again, so we'll go over that when it comes in. But yeah, I did get the bag. I got the duffel bag and this little other bag. So just for utility, right? A wild SJ appears. Gotta love it. Nice Pokemon reference. Thanks for the shout outs, Bran. Heart, appreciate you. Yeah, thank you too. I mean, heck, I appreciate you for spending all your time, and the way that you busted out the actual all of that audiobook was damn quick. Salmon Anjum says, loads of love, brother. Hey, you too, my friend. If the waking life was a dream, could you grow further finding the patterns by interpreting your path. Touche, my friend. Loki Hex says, and we'll get into some of the other stuff, right? I've got a stream on Wednesday that I'm going on. Who this guy I've been following for over 5 years. He's got like, what does Wayne have? Like 40,000 something subscribers, 44.4 thousand subscribers. We'll go over that in a second. It's going to be Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or PDT time. But we'll get into that in a minute here. So once again, perhaps a libertarian slash anarchist communities, self-improvement communities, etc. An example, peeps that are open to personal or societal change. That is an A+ answer. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder because that's totally true. I mean, when I started off the show and even did the thumbnail from yesterday's stream with Jim Rat, was that yeah, I mean, how many people in like the bodybuilding community, or like you said, people that are already kind of in that similar, improvement, would love to be financially free if they're not already. So what a great community to reach out to. Check out Fiat. That's our meme coin. Gotta love it. Loved the interview. Hey, this actually is the same ring that Richard has, the Thomas Sabo ring. But it's a good reminder, right? Like Richard says, fight the Grim Reaper standing up. And if every day you have if you're lucky enough to be alive today, I've had friends die early that shouldn't have and things like that. Then yeah, take the opportunity to not throw it away and take advantage of it, because you're not guaranteed another breath or even tomorrow and stuff. So make today the best day you can. So says Bran is looking like a young Richard Hart with those rings on. Yeah, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cool. And then Renchi T as well. 1 second here. Might have to streaming. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, let's get into some of the rest of the stuff, guys and gals. Let's do the share screen one more time. Once again, like I said, so Wednesday I'll be streaming with a good old friend, mentor. I've been following his channel for over 5 years. We're gonna share the screen now. Shoot, says Renchi T. So this is R. Wayne Steiger, and we're gonna get into some of his background, because this guy's got quite an impressive background in technology and fintech and in sales and things like that. But so this is him, Wayne Steiger, and once again 44,400 subscribers. So once again, this is branching into, as the other person had mentioned. Let's come back to StreamYard. As the other person had mentioned, right? How can we get into other communities that are similar, or they want similar things? It doesn't have to be exactly the same, right? But then how can we share what we know with each person, right? You can learn little bits from each person that knows about their craft and their skills. So I'm actually going to share his, we're going to share a screen for his actual LinkedIn, because once again, it's quite impressive, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. I mean, what a cool opportunity for a community that he's created that's not really into crypto at all. And I mean, they're about to get educated, right? We've got an hour to tell them about Hex and crypto and sovereignty and permissionless things like that. Okay, let's share the screen again. So once again, yeah, this is Wayne, R. Wayne Steiger. So he's in the Colorado area. We're gonna scroll down a smidge here, and this is kind of his resume just on LinkedIn. So let's zoom in a smidge here, and once again, this will be might have to shut that bathroom door. Yeah, I might have to do that. That shower might be loud. But once again, this is his resume. We'll be doing it Wednesday. Once again, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So Wayne has invented some technology, things like that. So he was the founder of FlowPay, and from 2010 to current. And once again, they do financial technology and an actual system that kind of allows companies to give to, I think, nonprofit organizations and things like that. But yeah, so this is Wayne's resume, quite impressive. And so once again, I'll definitely be linking that stuff when I actually do it. Okay, let's get back into the chat again. This is actually a really good question. Okay, so the Crypto Owner podcast says, Bran, how do you onboard the unwilling? That's the right question, man. That's a good question to ask. So, I mean, I guess in anything, right? You got to kind of find out like what the point of contention is. So, is the when you're listening to the person and you're having the conversation itself, like, do they have any biases or do they have any flawed logic that might be hindering them from understanding the concept? I mean, when it comes to something like Hex, let's see, what is it? It's one of the Hex subpages. Maybe we can, you could use something like hex.com/Bitcoin. Let's share the screen real quick here. Okay, cool. So once again, so you could use something like hex.com/Bitcoin. So once again, Bitcoin did 6.9 million times return. It's proven itself that initially was a meme coin. People still call it a scam 12 years later, 6.9 million X later, things like that. But it's been proven, and it's shown that, hey, there's a product market fit for this kind of new technology. But anyway, so to Crypto Wonder Podcast's question, the thing that I would say is sometimes you can't onboard everyone, and especially say if it's like a family member or a friend, things like this, they might have a bias against you, or they might be able to be more they might be able to receive the information a little bit more, right, if it's coming from someone else. Or you're right, maybe they don't like the way that Richard lays out things, or whoever is laying out things, but maybe there is a person that kind of fits that mold, or can kind of help out. And so the thing that I've learned when it comes to onboarding in general, and just most people in general when it comes to finance, is that, not even including crypto, is that just most people don't really have a concept of, like, most people that are working a job, things like that, they don't understand the concept that they're working for money that's printed out of thin air, that's not really backed by anything, and it's constantly going down in value. My grandpa, who's 92, you look at you see those, like, what is the value of the dollar, like the spending power, and you see it up here like early 1900s and whatnot, and then today, 2022, it's all the way down here. It's down like 90 something percent. But so to the answer of the question, I mean, once again, maybe not always can you onboard everyone. Some people, it might just be, kind of like a certain amount of touches, right? They say it in sales, and when you're doing like outbound sales and things like that, it's not the first time that someone hears about Bitcoin that they get onboarded per se, but maybe it's the fifth time they heard it, or the 10th time they heard it. So sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to initially soak up, and then once they hear about it again, or once they maybe have some other understandings, they're like, oh, okay, this does make sense. And once again, if you look at what Hex actually does, which does monetize the time value of money, and once again, you can hold it liquid too, just like you can with any other crypto. It's not like it's required. But when you see those gains that it's had, and you see the annual percentage yield, and you compare it to anything else in the traditional finance system or anything else, not only does the TradFi system, right, not have immutability, but it's also got counterparty risk. It's also got a lot of things that are what's Richard call it, like dark patterns. Dark patterns that benefit the banks, that benefit these entities that kind of set it up, versus the actual individual that's putting into it. And so the last thing that I'll say is, you can go to websites like hexinfo.io. Once again, hex.vision. There's a million different Hex sites, right, that can kind of show some of the data and the statistics. And if you look at something like the Amazon chart, we're not going to do it right this second. But if you look at something like the Amazon chart, it's literally up and to the right. I mean, if you put that on a logarithmic and just zoom out a whole bunch, you see that it's up and to the right. And so how many people, maybe as an analogy, right, that might be older or whatever, maybe had the opportunity to invest in the Amazon, the Googles, the Facebooks, YouTube, Alphabet, and didn't. And so when you kind of look at the trajectory that Hex is doing, that Bitcoin is doing, et cetera, it's all doing that up and to the right. So once again, you can't onboard everyone, but all you can really do is try, and hey, time will always kind of determine. Yeah, Jerry Oaksmith, what's up, Bran? Yeah, it was really cool to hang out with you. Once again, it was myself, himself, and then 3 other people. So 5 Hexicans total in the Washington State area. And actually, so there's another Hexican, I think is, what is it? His like username on Twitter is like RH Maximalist. But he, what was I going to say? Him and I are going to be streaming, and he's actually like a computer science guy. So we're going to be streaming sometime next week, most likely. Jim Rat Crypto says, "Yo, Bran, let's go." Yeah, dude, I was talking about it earlier on the challenge that you're doing, 90 days, right? That's a great amount of time. That's short enough, right? 1 quarter to really develop good habits and then also continue that momentum. So I really think that's just the beginning too. And how many more people become inspired from other people's successes? LFG, yeah, buddy. Graph Rider 77777. 1 second here. Personally, what do you think will be the last straw that puts Hex and other Richard Hart products into the mainstream? PulseChain. Yeah. One word answer right there. PulseChain. Great feedback. Thanks. And the reason why it's PulseChain is because the ease of onboarding, right? If at the height, it was damn near like $250, $300, right? With the Ethereum gas fees to do the swaps on Uniswap and to swap the Ethereum per Hex and et cetera. Every time, right? You're just getting, the value, the purchasing power that you have is going down because, the fees are taking so much away. But the answer is definitely PulseChain. Because when you can onboard someone to a faster network, to a more secure network, to a cheaper network, and you've got the largest crypto exchange that has already talked with Richard. Once again, Richard doesn't like to pre-announce things, but has already talked with Richard about, listing PulseChain. That's just going to be a conduit to onboarding a whole bunch of people. Love you, bro. The future's so bright. Yeah, that is awesome to hear about you and Max. Looking forward to that. Yeah, I know you had streamed with Max, and him and I only chatted a little bit the night that we hung out. So I'm really looking forward to hanging out with him some more. Okay, let me see if I have anything else to cover, because I don't know if I do. Oh, I actually do. 1 second here. Let's put this in the share screen. So for those that like free money, right? For the Hexicans that have been here early on and stuff, man, a lot of free money, People that used Tornado.cash, people that used, Uniswap, right? People that used a million different things. 1inch, right? People say, free money doesn't exist, but Hexicans have proven otherwise. So let's come back over here to the share screen. Okay, cool. So once again, this is verified code that you can look at. People have literally paid for audits to make sure that this code was secure. People that weren't the creator of this, right? And I've talked with the creator and stuff like this, and I was like, why is there so much FUD for free money, dude? Like, people should be grateful, damn it. But so once again, this is kind of a free airdrop itself. Just pulsedogecoin.com, and based on if you're a turtle or all these different rankings, you pretty much get free money, right? So you could go to the actual pulsedogecoin.app and pretty much go from there. So once you actually take the token into the existence and add it to MetaMask, you can sell it for USDC, right? You can sell it for Hex, and hey, you just got some free Hex, right? Obviously, there's transaction fees for everything, but you can kind of do the math early on how much you'd be able to claim, and then what its cost would be on, say, Uniswap that you could sell it for, and 90% of the time you can justify those fees. The short-term large stakers should just mint Maxi, so they do not have to keep paying fees to end and open new stakes. Maxi allows stakers to stay liquid, my opinion. Well, yeah, and once again, with Jim Rat Crypto stream, I don't even know what the question was that kind of led me to that, but my answer was that, hey, it was like, what differences would you do for Ethereum versus PulseChain when it comes to the Hex staking, right? And my answer was that, okay, for for Ethereum, I had learned that less is more, right? So for me, I don't need to do anything more than an annual stake, because otherwise I'm diluting the shares, which are constantly going up in hex value every single day. That mimics the compounding interest. And then also you're paying a fee every time, the Ethereum fee, or what in the future will be Pulse fee, for all of those calculated days that it takes for the network to confirm the transaction of that daily hex payout that you got. So as far as this person, yeah, the cool thing, I said all that to say that the cool thing about Maxi is that it's condensing the transactions. You don't want a network to be filled up with a whole bunch of microtransactions or things to get full, because then it becomes more expensive and congested. Whereas the way that Richard had kind of designed Hex was to incentivize people to consolidate, not clog up the network. Yeah, Hopperman 99. That is a good point. I think I had seen Steph talking about that, and he had retweeted Gnosis Safe's thing. But Gnosis Safe airdrop possible. Yeah, glad I got a Staker app wallet. I've seen better shirts, Bran, but I love the classic tee on you. Yeah. Definitely looking forward to dropping a couple and redoing the wardrobe, if you will, and getting some other clothes too that aren't just different renditions and stuff. When will the Shiba Inu folks wake up? 1 million holders, free copy on PulseChain, and the Chainlink folks. Well, once again, sometimes things sound too good to be true, and sometimes they very well can be. And so some people, they might just not really care. It's kind of like promise coins, right? You might not really care until it's actually proven right. And so they might just be waiting for it. Let's see. Hexillionaire, I need more Hex swag recommendations. Yeah, I mean, you can go to hexmerch.com, right? Let me just do... just 1 second here. So yeah, you can just go to hexmerch.com. I mean, that's where I got this hat, right? That does the the Hex, the Pulse chain, and the Pulse X. That's where I got the little pillow here. I mean, I got a whole bunch of stuff from them. And you can get like a 10% discount too, things like that. If you use BrandHammer10, you can go to cryptowares.net, I believe. And, you can get it on Amazon, right? If you are places where Amazon's accepted, you can go to Amazon too. So yeah, that's definitely where you can go to get some merch. Maso says, hello, good people. Hey, nice to see you, Maso. 1 second here. Let me scroll down and see if I got anything else to mention, because I put all this on a Google document, and honestly, I think we've covered all of it. So that's pretty much it for today's stream, guys and gals. It's a little bit over an hour, and that's pretty much all I wanted to do. It's always good to do these streams and interact with the chats. I know actually Hexray Vision was streaming at the same time. He might actually still be streaming now. Let me 1 second. Let me pull down the screen for 1 second and pull up. I believe he was streaming with Crypto. Yeah. So I'm going to just direct everyone. All right, let me pause this real quick. Let's direct everyone to another Hexican that's streaming, right? Why wouldn't we? MJ Money, did Richard give you his candelabra? Psh, no, this thing ain't nothing compared to what he got. I've actually been looking for his candelabra. I don't know what the hell to type. I typed in like angel holding up candelabra or whatever he's got, right? That's kind of like, the thing that's, with the wings and stuff, just holding it up and stuff. And I haven't been able to find that exact one. And dang it, I'd love to find it, because, he's got good taste. We'll cover just a couple more comments and then we'll end it. We'll put in the link as we we'll put in the link to Nardo and not Big K, but Nardo, Rags to the Riches, Feeder, and then Hexray Vision in a second here. Just last couple comments. So Loki says, Sticker Guys operation needs to scale up. We need more Hex, Pulse X stickers in the hands of the community members. It'd be so cool to see pictures of Hex/Pulse stickers all over the world. You're totally right. Yeah, I see them when I'm out and about walking, and in different cities and stuff like that too. And I tell you what, the logos would say hex.com, pulsechain.com, pulsex.com are really cool. Yeah, you'll get the flex in a second. We picked you, Bran. What channel? It's let's actually put it here in the chat right now. Let's see. It's X-Ray Vision, and I actually did a stream with him a long time ago, and he's just crossed 1,000 subs. 1 second here. He's just crossed the 1,000 subs, so definitely go check him out. He's streaming with Feeder, Nardo, and Brandon. So I think he's actually streaming the same time that I am on a consistent basis now. So now you got more options, which is awesome, right? It's always a benefit to be able to have multiple choices and things like that. So just one last comment here. Graph Rider 77777 says, "Can you give a quick flex for the GRC gang?" I will, and I'll tell you what. I'm taking this challenge seriously, and not like I plan like win or anything, or that I want to. But yeah, just the kick in the ass, right? The kick in the ass to have that momentum that's wanted to be there for a while, but actually the thing that kind of drives through and builds that. So I guess we'll do just like one of these things. Once again, got some work to do and stuff. But promise we're working on it daily and stuff. So good stuff. All right, everyone, guys and gals. No. All right, hey Nardo, love you, man. Take it easy. Once again, we'll share the screen for the tech talk just so y'all can go over one last minute here, and I promise we'll do the outro. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's see. Okay, 1 minute here. Okay, cool. So yeah, once again, they're streaming right now. X-Ray Vision. We got X-Ray Vision, Max, Brandon, Racks to Riches. Love the glasses. David Feeder. I tell you what, that mic sounds really good too. And then I said Nardo, but honestly, I can't really tell from this glasses thing. I thought it was Nardo for a second. But anyways, guys and gals, we're gonna do the outro now. Much love, and we'll see y'all on Wednesday on Wayne Steiger's channel, and then also next Sunday too. Peace.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Be sure to like, be sure to share, be sure to comment. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Motherfucking jackpot. We still jackpot, bitch!
Thank you, Richard, for creating and founding the most amazing and disruptive financial technology cryptocurrency ever. Thank you, sir. And nice streams, Mr. BallietBran. It's fabulous.